If you physically cringe when someone asks you, how are you doing, because your brain is screaming, let's not make it worse, you aren't antisocial. You are actually displaying a sign of high-functioning pattern recognition. Psychology tells us that the pain you feel during small talk isn't just annoyance, it's a biological rejection of inefficiency. You walk into a room, and instead of asking about the weather, you want to ask if they think aliens built the pyramids, or if free will is an illusion. But society forces you to stick to the script. You feel like you're on autopilot. You might even find yourself at a funeral, only to have someone ask, how are you? And out of pure reflex, you say, good, and you? Like really, you are at a funeral, a place of mourning, and someone asks you that. Then they wonder why you immediately cut them off and want to disappear. That awkwardness isn't a defect. It's a symptom of a specific nervous system type. Before we dive into what this says about your intelligence, let me know in the comments, where are you watching from right now? And if you love deep psychology like this, check out my newsletter community after watching, linked in the description. The first trait you have is what psychologists call high authenticity needs. In many cultures, like Serbia or Germany, if you ask, how are you? It is a medical question requiring a detailed answer, but you live in a world where it's just a noise we make to fill silence. You hate this because you view conversation as a transaction of truth. When you are forced to say, I'm fine, when you are actually dying inside, or just bored, it triggers cognitive dissonance. You aren't being rude, you are allergic to the performance. You feel that if someone asks a question, they should be prepared for the real answer, whether that's, my cat died, or the horrors persist, but so do I. Now, having a need for truth explains why you hate the fake pleasantries, but it doesn't explain why you freeze up when asked, what are your hobbies? That leads us to the second trait, restorative idle processing. Society tells you that you need to be doing something. You need to be rock climbing, or learning a language, or baking sourdough. But when someone asks what you did this weekend, your honest answer is nothing. And you love doing nothing. You spent 48 hours decompressing, staring at a wall, or watching video essays, and that was the activity. You feel the pressure to invent a lie just to seem interesting. But the truth is, your brain requires that nothingness to recover from the overstimulation of the world. You aren't boring. You are efficient at recharging. However, even if you master the art of doing nothing, you still have to deal with people. This brings us to the third trait. You are a dopamine miner. Small talk offers zero dopamine reward for your brain. Talking about the weather or traffic is low stakes and low reward. You use weird questions as a vibe check. You would rather risk looking crazy by asking a stranger, do you think OJ did it? Or what's your favorite conspiracy theory? Than suffer through 5 minutes of polite nodding. You are mining for a spark. You are testing the other person to see if they are a NPC following a script, or if they are a real human being who is worthy of your energy. Now, being a dopamine miner explains why you try to shock people into real conversation, but it doesn't explain the intense exhaustion you feel after the interaction is over, even if it went well. That comes down to this next biological trait, which is the most misunderstood part of your personality. You possess social energy conservation. You treat your social battery like a bank account, and small talk is a hidden fee that drains you without buying you anything. You aren't actually bad at talking. In fact, if someone brings up a topic you love, like space, history, or that one hyperfixation you have, you can talk for 6 hours straight without breathing. You don't hate talking, you hate idling. You view small talk as the loading screen before the actual game, but you want to skip the cutscene and get right to the gameplay. If you relate to this, you aren't a broken social outcast. You are a deep connector who prioritizes depth over width in a world obsessed with the surface. If you made it this far, comment a battery emoji to let me know you're recharging with us. And if you want more research-backed insights into your personality, subscribe right now and join my newsletter community using the link in the description.